Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm here on the FTOG Feed the Beast Revelation server, and I'm standing on top of my horse stable just to kind of sit there and say, probably should avoid the magic mods for a while. Because, back there we've got the Astral Sorcery, which really pretty mod. But you can see that island just kind of ripped up there. I should anchor it a little bit better, I think, next time I do that ritual. And while I was growing a whole bunch of crystals over there, I said, I want to move the Pitania stuff out of my base. Because you can see some of those white leaves and stuff. Yeah, I was doing some weird corrupting over there. So I said, let's get it to a safe spot so it can avoid doing bad things to the land around it. And so I decided to go ahead and set up this little area here to do the Botania bits. And we just write up the steps here. So happy to realize that I can chisel mana glass. I hadn't been able to do it before, but really liking it now. So doing a little combination. I took all my Botania bits from the basement and pulled it out over to here. And oh yeah, refined storage. Love being able to have access to my stuff here. Went ahead and set this up, and I've got a little bit of hooked up with the Astral Sorcery. This ritual right here, you can see I've got some fart bubbles going on. There we go. It's anchored right here. This is a growth ritual, and so plants grow extra fast here, so these pumpkins will grow in these coursed earth spots because that's the only place where they can. And one of the things I found that was very, very interesting, this is the jaded amaranth, which grows Botania flowers, and you look at it, they're growing double tall, except this row over here won't. And yep, looks like everything else is growing the double tall trees or flowers. And so if I flip that switch, that makes it oh hey, there's a single. Yeah, interesting. So it doesn't appear like it's 100% tall, but I think that ritual that's floating right there, that makes these grow some double talls. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because once I grew a bunch, I think it was 2 waves, I'm done. This one can take a redstone signal. So this right below, there's a bit of grass. You can see it says power 15. I've got a conduit running through using Ender IO. So I can add a signal here and it pushes it on that block right there, which turns that off. So it's done. Always turn off everything you got. Anyway, the way I've got this set up, I had been using just thermal lilies, and I decided to go with the Cakemerus because this crystal here, any crystal, if got it to a prism so it comes straight down, looks cool. Anyway, if you have any crystal from Astral Sorcery shining on pumpkins, it will turn them into cakes, which is really cool. So the ritual down there speeds up the growth of these pumpkins, and I had some agricarnations from Botania. Found out I really didn't need them. They were growing fast enough with that ritual down there that I didn't need it. And it's just additional tick because those agricarnations are checking for any growable items in a fairly large block. And I said, not using it. Go away. Anyway, these 4 pools have sparks on them, which is close enough to these, and these 5 have the dominant sparks, so they will suck up all the mana they can, and they're also close enough to this one here for doing my Terra Steel. So anyway, and they're also close enough to this guy here for doing enchanting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do much enchanting, but it's there for it. So if I use either enchanting or the Terra Steel or doing the Jaded Amaranth, all of them pull from this pool, and they will just pull from these pools, which these guys will get consumed and go. And it's been working very, very nicely. Now, one of the things I did add, because I've got the crafting grid here, I've got right below there, the runic altar is a here, let's just break this so you can see. Oh, that's right. That's not just a grass block. Anyway, I've got a mechanical user right underneath here and a mechanical user here. This one, I've got a Wand of the Forest set for redstone on. So currently it's off. Don't let the things just run. They cause tick. Turn them off. This mechanical user, unfortunately, has to. I would love to have the crafter emit, or I would love to have a redstone signal gived off if there is a craft being performed, because then I could have this and this only turn on when there's a crafting process going. But currently there isn't. Anyway, I've got a crafter down below pointing into the mechanical user, and it's creating all the standard 4 runes and then the season runes. And so if I need to create any of those, it will go ahead and work. And then this here is an importer. If I put that back in, this is a vacuum chest, and I put a filter in here saying living rock. So anything that goes onto this altar, that they all float around, and so they can't be picked up by any sort of magnet, but the living rock pops on top and just sits there as a single entity. And so I don't want my vacuum chest to pick that up. Likewise, I don't want the vacuum chest to pick up either mana tablets, mana rings, or the greater mana rings, because if I need to suck up some mana here, or drop a mana ring in here to give off mana, I don't want that to happen anymore. I don't want them to suck up. Everything else gets sucked up, so anything that gets produced by my altar gets sucked up and sent into the system, and the craft is done. Works really, really nice. You can see this Gaia mana spreader, and there's a Gaia mana spreader here. Both have lenses to increase the potency of velocity, just to push things through faster. Oh, and then my oak trap chest and a hopper pushing into the mechanical user. That way I can feed things in manually rather than right clicking on it, because I can put all the stuff I need right here and it works. Anyway, so that's a nice compact setup for doing this work, and I like it. I just really do like floating islands a whole lot. And then these are the stalagmites. No, these are stalactites, because they're sticking tight to the ceiling. These are the stalactites. I had been going into the mining world and in some of the places down beneath my base where I knew there were big caves, and harvesting them. And then I realized if you put 3 stones, smooth stones in a row in your crafting grid, you get 6 of these. Oh man, I went nuts. So, all of my guys have little stalagmites hanging off them because they look really cool. Anyway, so that's the Botania area hiding off here. And one of the things I also did, I said I had the ritual set up for doing flight in the area. So anybody who comes to my island, if they want to, go around and get kind of a high view of stuff and be able to fly, there's creative flight all over the island. Well, it wasn't all over the island. It ended about where that tree was. It was even shorter than that. It was along this line here. I was getting to about here, and all of a sudden I was losing flight from it. It just wasn't big enough. So I went ahead and decided to change things. This ritual does the flight, and it's anchored right there because that's a cool looking fountain. This ritual here, I've anchored right there where flight used to be. That is the mob suppressing ritual, and so there's no mob spawning for like 1,000 block radius. It's insanely huge. Now I've got the magna torches around, but this is even huger than that, and why not? Anyway, so because that flight wasn't working too well, I went ahead and there are now 5 flight rituals scattered around the island. In fact, here's a screenshot of the coverage of those 5 rituals. So my entire island is covered nicely with that. And they're all, except for this one here, they're all buried underground. I don't know if we come flying over here. This might be the closest one. The ritual doesn't need to be have sky access, but the crystal does. Bang. So this crystal here needs skylight, and then the rest of this stuff doesn't matter at all. So it can be buried, and who cares? But this one does. All right, let's get out of here. If I can steer, there we go. And so I've got those scattered around the island now. And I was thinking, okay, that's fun and all that, but I'm going to avoid the magic mods for a little bit because, there's problems, overload in the area. I was thinking I could do Botania. No, not Botania. I could do Blood Magic and Thaumcraft. And then I went, nope, going to hold off on those a little bit. I was thinking Thaumcraft would go really here. And then I said, yeah, I'm going to rip up a huge area just by doing... No, I'm going to avoid Thaumcraft for right now. What I do want to do is get into some of the tech mods. And unfortunately, this base really isn't set to look good with tech mods. We've got, wood and stone, wood and stone, wood and stone. It's not industrial. And speaking of industrial, I want to get this immersive engineering going. I've done very little with it. Water wheels and windmills and a few machines, and that's pretty much it. Well, okay, I've done the capacitors. I like the capacitors and wires going around, but I've done very little with the rest of the mods. So I'm going to dig into immersive engineering and have some fun with that. And for that, I'm going to need some space, and I wanted to kind of move it away from the main island. So I was thinking of building something here, kind of a oil platform, something that could go out in this area. And then if I get into industrial craft too, that might have its own little platform over there. So the high tech. If I blow up my island with Thaumcraft and Blood Magic because of all the magics all there, then at least I'll have a platform or two that I can move off to if things go wrong. So let me at least get some scaffolding and figure out about how big of a place I need. And I've got some stuff here like a travel anchor to get me here. I just cleaned out my coke oven and bucketed out all the stuff there. And then, hey, got some refined storage so I can access my whole inventory way over there, over here. But that's going to be a little kind of boring building, and I'm not sure where exactly I'm going to center it. This is a nice big deep plane, maybe a little bit closer over here. I don't know. I'll have to figure out at least a scaffolding for it. And as I normally do, I got a little sidetracked. This right here says Grow Tree Island, because this little spot right here is something new. I needed to grow some trees, and if we take a quick look at the claimed chunks, this is right here in my unclaimed chunk area, and that's because the waystone's there. That way anybody can use the waystone, but it's within range of the growth ritual. So I decided I wanted a whole bunch of teak, and so I grew a bunch of teak, and then I realized, I'm not a big fan of the teak there. Look how fast that grew. I wanted ebony. So I went ahead and did the ebony. And that's why I grabbed this this axe. I made this axe because one hit and it takes everything down. Although that was weird because that trunk went up. Anyway, I've been growing a whole bunch of ebony here. And of course it didn't give me back the 9 I needed. Anyway. This right here, I've got some bone meal, not that I've had the need, some spruce in case people need it. So anybody on the server who wants to grow some trees really fast can just plant them here. There's a 2x2 of the coarse dirt, so it kind of outlines where you want to put your 2x2s. It really helps if you have a magnet, otherwise you're going to have to fall it down in there. But it is flight here, creative flight for anybody who is at the spot. So feel free. You can drop off saplings that you're not using or excess and whatnot, or if you have more bone meal and you feel the need for that, you can toss that in there too. Anyway, let's go this way. Pagoda and industry. Here we go. There we go. I have set me up a spot, and I found these little ramps, and doing a lot of aluminum here, so I figured I'd spotted the aluminum. I said, ooh, that's kind of cool. So I've got a way so I can actually walk up, or anybody who wants to can walk up here to the industry base. And isn't that kind of cool? That's really, really fun. And the funky things about this is it's a single block, and I chained 9 of them along, and you can see how it got thinner and thinner and thinner. You can barely see some outlines here of that's what the steps are that you climb up. Down here, there's 2 of them put together, and when I had just the one, let's break one of these. you can see it's got an appropriate slope for the amount that's there. And if you put a second one, it slopes up. That's cool tech. Okay, I like that for the mod. And because I had a few extra, got a little bracing on the back end. So that was just fun. I said it's very, very high tech. Got my stuff set up as far as accessing. That's not where it's going to be down the road, but definitely is going to work. And I have an outline of where I'd like to have the building. This is the third time I've done this platform here. The first time I put down great wood, and I was trying to grow great wood, and it was having a real hard time because I liked what Blackadder did with the great wood and industrial engineering. I thought that was a fantastic combination. But when I had it here with the aluminum railings, and I went, no. So I tore it all out and replaced it with teak. And I like the teak, but it's a little bit too light. So I tore it all out and replaced it again with the ebony after I grew a bunch of it. And so this is much better. I like it. It's darker. There's dark oak underneath there, which is just kind of a support. It doesn't really have to look good. All right, so this is my platform, and yeah, I purposely went with a 2 thick. It gives me the ability to run some conduits and whatnot through that top layer as necessary. But I'm thinking that's a good rough shape for a factory sort of building, and I think it's time to play the fairy build music and see what we can get processed here. welcome to GrokTech. I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse of me working on the front of the building. I wanted to do all the sides, but I took a break after doing the front, and yeah, no recording worked for the rest of the building, but that's okay. That's why I went ahead and did kind of a circuit around so you get a 360 view of this. And well, I haven't edited it yet, so I'm hoping that worked too. And I've done a little bit of work. Here, let's hop down. Getting a few things ready. Yeah, the people that are in the know, these are going to be water wheel setups. And I was looking, where the heck could I put them for an Immersive Engineering power setup? And well, I've got this front area. Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, something that you may not have really noticed much. There's some chisel and bitting going on here for the windows. I really like the recessed window. And also, it saves a lot on glass. Plus, I really like the black stained glass. And then I chiseled this out. I had stairs initially just so that I could keep track of where were going to be stairs. And I just put blocks in there, punched it up with a little bit of black. So that looks really good. The front also, I wanted this kind of window treatment at the top, and then I started doing little chisel and bits. And then I said, nope. I'm done with the chisel and bits. Going crazy. And in here, I went ahead and added some support beams to hold up the area, and threw some glowstone blocks that were dyed or painted the teak. This is also glowstone. Whoa, gotta be careful. That's pretty fragile. There should be a piece around. There we go. Painted glowstone right there. And I turned off my night vision just so I could get kind of an idea. In here, you know, we got multiple levels, which I like. Gives me lots and lots of room. You know, I may ditch these lanterns here on this floor. But, you know, anyway, plenty of room, lots of elevators to move up and down. And there's also a sub-basement. Sub-basement. And that's where I've got the network receiver. And I stuck down a mega torch, even though I've got the arcane sorcery... astral sorcery mod in place, that ritual that will block everything. That worked out well. Wanted the brick and then another layer underneath it, so I used the trowel from Quark and I had some of the pavers and the smooth, and I just went ahead and held those down, and it just randomly placed those blocks, which I think is kind of nice. Maybe needed a little bit more smooth. It seems a lot of more of the smooth instead of the pavers. Anyway, so one of the first things that you would do when you get, do I have it? Yes, the engineer's hammer is probably one of the first things that you would make, and that's very, very simple. You know, a little bit of string iron sticks. And the next thing you'd want to do is to make this coke brick, and you need to make 27 of them, which is okay. There, let me hop up here. This was over in my base, and yeah, I just, oh hey, did I break too much? Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Alright, let's break these bits over here. I wanted a little bit of space on this end. There we go. 8, 9, okay. So you make a 3x3 like this, and then you smack it in the center with your hammer, and that makes the coke oven. So, yeah, let's grab these bits here. And the next thing, I'll grab that little there. The next thing I would like to do is do some bulk processing, because yay for bulk processing. Let's go ahead and disable that one there. And I want to put the chest here. Let's go ahead and set this up. Well, let's disable that too. And so this is going to both insert and extract. Let's go ahead and extract on red always. And so it's going to insert on red and extract on green always. So if I put some coal in there, let's go ahead and actually grab some coal. Coal. Yes, I can spell. Let's grab a stack of that and put that in here. Punch. And yep, it's feeding that coal into the coke oven here, which is perfect. And when it's all done, it'll pull it right out and shove it into the chest, which is perfecto. So the next thing I want to do is grab, let's put down these first. Dink. You know, I think I can do this with... Oh, wrong one. Let's try this again. All right, so edit. We were both... I was inserting on red and extracting on green. Triple check. Yes, so the green arrow is going out and the green arrow is going in and the red arrow is coming down. And, okay, yes, good. As near as I could tell, I had to pull that from the center of the coke oven to get that to work. Now, on the other hand, as far as getting the liquids out, wrong thing. Let's put my drum right there. Ba-doink. And can I reach it? Nope. Let's reach it from over here. Okay, I want to go ahead and extract always. And so that should pull the fluids out and put it into the drum. Currently there is one, countable, one bucket in my drum. And I think I'm going to check to make sure I'm standing right here. Oh, that's right, that doesn't have a down. It's the center ones that have a down. I'm going to come over here and make sure that this side is configured. This is an insert only. All right, so all the creosote as this... Oh wow, it already has done some... Let's get back up there. Okay, we'll take the shortcut. If we take a look at this, it should now have, 1,500 millibuckets, because you get half a bucket worth for each coal. All right, so let's go ahead and take these conduit facades and put those on here. There. So it's nicely sealed away. You can see the processing. I can stack however much I want in here, and the result comes in here. Let's get another stack going. Oh, again with the spelling. Typing on screen is always fraught with danger. All right, so that will get me 2 stacks worth, and the extra will go in here, and I probably don't need one of the gargantuan ones, but yeah. This here is so I can make the treated wood. Once you get, well, let's show it. For the people who have probably never seen this done, for both of you who have never seen this done, let's go, you just take regular logs, grab a bucket, and then you put the bucket in the center and you get treated wood. So it's been oiled with the creosote. So, and then I just stick the extra stuff in there. So, oh, and I left the bucket. Yes, I did. All right. So that's what I can use this for, various treated woods. In fact, some of the, speaking of treated woods that I need, these are empty. Don't need anything there. Speaking of treated woods, I need to do some work for the wheels out there. So I don't need zinc. I already made one of those. Okay, so I want to go ahead and make some water wheels. Now, each one of these setups here has 3, well, it can have up to 3 water wheels in it. And so I'm going to make 2 of these setups, so I need 6 wheels. And 6 wheels this, which means I need 4 of these water wheel segments and steel. Now, the only 2 steels in the pack right now, as you can see here, is Industrial Craft 2 and Thermal Foundation. Now, the Thermal Foundation I can do with the induction smelter and either pulverized coal and iron, or the powdered. Hey, I can use the coal coke and, you know, either powdered or full ingots. And so that's what I did earlier. Let's go ahead, and if I have mapped this correctly, to make this a wheel segment, and I need 24 of these, because if I come over here and I go there, now I've got 6 wheels, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. Now, to power these wheels, or to get the power from these wheels, I need the kinetic dynamo. And that's pretty simple, except for this copper coil block. Well, let's see. That's a bunch of LV wire coil, which is copper wire, which is you take copper plates and you snip them up. Well, copper plates I can make in my compactor that I have had around for a while, and I just pulled it and put it back into position and compacted me off a bunch. And I figure I'm going to need, oh really, can I not use, do I really have to use regular shears? Oh, give me a break. No, I have no shears. I need iron. Okay, just the one. Yeah, see, that works, but I can't use this one, which has 1,300, almost 1,400 durability, and this has, what, 230? Dirty, rotten, stinking. All right, well, I can repair these. Shears, you go away. All right, we'll stick the shears here to remind me to repair them later. Now, I can take these, surrounded by a stick, and that gives me lots of coils, and then I need 2 of these, all right, and lots of LV wire coils. Yeah, that's a good thing to have. Let's put these 2 blocks here and 2 kinetic dynamos. Perfect. Now, if we come over here, I have a temp block right there. You want that dot, and if we come take a look at the other side, no dot. So you want that dot because that's where the wheels axles are going to go into. So you put that down first, and then you can put the wheels against it. Boink, boink, boink. There we go. There's our 3 wheels, and they fit very nicely. And I decided to go with the trapdoors as kind of a minimalist way of having everything in place. Let's put a little light there because, you know, why not? Let's take you. Doink, doink, dink. All right. Grab this. Light can go there. And a sink, because I needed some quick water, and you know, I didn't know where else to find any water. You know, it was such a long distance to find water, so I decided to make a sink. 3. Let's go ahead and make 3 buckets, and I put down these iron trapdoors as a way of reminding me, where should I put water? Well, I should put the water right there where those are located. All right. And let's put some more water there, some more water there, some more water there. All right. And the last set. There. I missed something. Oh, I can't put it on top of these. I need to put it against these. Yeah, because reasons. I could flip them up, but that would require redstone signal. And you know, as I'm right-clicking these, they don't go up and down. These go up and down as you right-click them. They need a redstone signal, and I couldn't be bothered. So this, by having source blocks there, and source blocks there, you're getting pretty much the maximum amount of power you can out of this water setup. And there are people that say you need a source block here, and you need some source blocks here and here. No, you don't. Those 3 sets is all that you need. And because that was exciting, let's do it again. It's like watching a kid's film where they say, you know, again, let's do it again. And yeah. But hopefully this will be much faster, and I won't goof it up this last time. All right. There, and there, and there. All right. And last, this. Oh, that's right. I've got to put it against these just to be different. There we go. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. See ya. So, at this point now, we are good to go. They are producing power for us, which is grand. Now, that really doesn't do us any good because, you know, what are we doing with this? Buckus! That's right. We need to get the power out of there. And for that, LV, let's go ahead and grab some of these. And if only we had enough copper wires. Let's also go ahead and grab some capacitors. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 of these guys, just for the nonce. So, I only have 3. All right, I'm going to have to make some more. But I'm going to go ahead and plop that there just because. Oh, where's my hammer? In from the top. So you slap a capacitor, or not a capacitor, but a connector on top, and then you hit it with a wire, boom. It is now pulling out power out of there and sending it into this capacitor, which is already full of power, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and snack this right there. It's the same height. It's 1 too high. Anyway, really doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and slap that there, and let's put 1 right there for later use. I'm going to have to figure out how to get this LV power into the net system here. You know, do I really need to use this power here? Because I've got great galloping gobs in my draconic powerball over there. Yeah, no, but I might as well go ahead and process that. And, you know, I kind of like how this has turned out. I turned off the night vision just so I could see the shading on stuff, and I'm thinking needs a little bit of light right here to kind of brighten up that front. Got a little light here, got some lights in the corners and edges, and yeah, I think I need some lamps. Let's do that really quickly. Do I have any more lamps? Lamp. No lamps. Let's make 2 more lamps. I need some iron. Oh, lantern. They're not lamps, they're lanterns. All right, let's stick one right there and right there. Yeah, see, that kind of brightens up the place. You can put it there and there, but no, I think I'll keep it there. It kind of brings, you know, a little happy smiley of, I don't know. I think I need to get some more on the other end. That's looking kind of dark over here. Oh well, it's just going to have to deal with that. So, starting the, oh man, it's dark here. Oh, dark, it's night. So starting the Immersive Engineering, got me a building, got some Immersive Engineering power going. The coal coke is going to go ahead and process me a bunch of both the coal coke and the creosote, because anything that's treated wood, that's the only way you can make it. And I kind of like the non stone and wood. That's my typical way of doing things. We're going with brick and brownstone. That actually comes from Tinker's Construct, and we got some antennas going on here because, you know, high tech. What else? Anyway, I've been having too much fun with this, as you can tell. This has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the FTOG Feed the Beast Revelation server, and I'm teching it up. And thanks for watching. Bye.